Ravens fans, what's up, man? It's your boy Draft Raw. I said to myself, with the Earl Thomas situation that's going on right now, he just was released. With everything that has done happen, I said, you know what? Let me just put my 2 cents into the matter. Okay? So here's the situation. Here's the problem. When you settle for less, do not be mad when what you wanted, because you settle for less, doesn't work out. And what I mean when I say this is that I'm not saying that Earl Thomas was a player that we settled for less. But hear me out before anybody even turns off this video. If anybody remember, in the 2019 offseason, the rumor was, and actually it maybe not even been a rumor, it's probably the real thing, was that the Ravens wanted Tyrann Mathieu. Now, we know Tyrann Mathieu decided to sign with the Chiefs, who actually eventually won the Super Bowl. And it's not to say that if Tyrann Mathieu was on our team that we were going to win the Super Bowl or anything like that. You look at the team now, it's like, yeah, we definitely had the makings. I don't think that he would have made certain comments like Earl Thomas did before the Chiefs game if we had Tyrann Mathieu. And I don't think he would have made any comments when it came to even Derrick Henry going into the Titans game. Both games where players made very bold comments, or Earl Thomas made a very, very bold comment, and we lost both those games. And I think that it speaks to a lot when you give people bulletin board material. But here's the thing. We wanted Tyrann Mathieu, and our second option was Earl Thomas because we didn't expect him to be there. And we liked Earl Thomas as a player, but we didn't know Earl Thomas as a person, which is one of the reasons why Pete Carroll did not want him in Seattle. Coming out now, and a lot of things that's coming out, is that not just what just happened, transpired with the Ravens this week, but also what happened in Seattle. We're hearing the rumors and rumblings of people didn't like him in Seattle. I mean, you know, he gave that middle finger up. The game that he got injured, I forgot exactly which game that was, but it was in the 2018 season. He got injured and gave them all the middle finger. He's told Dallas to come get him. You know, Dallas has been a popular thing for safeties, I guess, now. Like with Jamal Adams, and you see with Earl Thomas. It seemed like Earl Thomas is probably going to sign with Dallas now. And then people questioning why the Ravens did not try to trade Earl Thomas to the Dallas Cowboys. And another team that's been rumored, I believe, is the 49ers. It's because the team was going to try to get rid of him anyway. A team could secure the player by just making the trade. But I believe that what ends up transpiring is that if a team knows that you're going to release a player anyway, then what's the point of trading for him? You can guarantee the player, but if what's the point of trading for him? And then on top of that, as a team, you do not want to pay him the particular money that he's going to command. He's going to be looking for a similar contract that he had with the Ravens. I mean, obviously, him getting traded from Baltimore, I kind of messed that up. Him getting traded from Baltimore to Dallas, maybe they don't want to take that contract. So you have a situation where they don't have to guarantee to get him and don't have to guarantee that actual contract, and they can sign him and actually possibly sign him for cheaper. We've seen it plenty of times where guys, they get big contracts, and in 1 or 2 years within the contract, they get released and they sign with another team. And let's say that player was making $12 million per year. All of a sudden, the new team that they signed with, they end up making half that money, like $6 or $7 million per year. And it happens all the time. So they're getting a guy that they can get at a cheaper price with allowing him to be released. The other thing is that, like I said in the beginning of the video, do not settle for anything. When they couldn't get Tyrann Mathieu, not to literally look at it as, oh, Earl Thomas is not that good, because Earl Thomas is a great player. But they settled for Earl Thomas. And now they're reaping the dividends that they got from signing a player that they actually did not covet. They covet him as an actual player, like in terms of what he can do in his skill set. But it wasn't the guy that they wanted, because if they can go back, I guarantee you they would have tried to sign Tyrann Mathieu, maybe try to give him a bigger contract. And maybe Tyrann Mathieu not want to come here, there was another reason for it. But I know that they was definitely in contact with him, but they wanted Tyrann Mathieu a lot. And with that being said, I don't think the situation that has happened with Earl Thomas and Chuck Clark right now would have happened if Tyrann Mathieu was here. And I think that, you know, and I look back at the situation, I blame Tony Jefferson on a lot of busted coverages last year, and I still do. But I think that if you have a guy like Tyrann Mathieu who played with Tony Jefferson, who knows what type of player he is and what type of skill set he has and everything about him, you're looking at a situation where I think that it would have covered up some of the blown coverages that we had, and because the communication would have been there. I'm starting to think it was possibly a communication error. Looking at the way that the play happened, that the Earl Thomas put up that video of what happened, looking at that whole situation, it seems to me is that Chuck was mad because Earl was doing something that he wasn't supposed to be doing. And he ended up being frustrated about it, which caused the big fight, if you want to say that happened. I think that Earl Thomas is a really, really great player, but I think that he was just on the wrong team, and especially with his personality. I think that Earl Thomas would do great, possibly in what's the 49ers, because you have Richard Sherman in him, and he'd probably do okay in Dallas. But I think that this was a situation that the Ravens needed to get rid of, and needed to get rid of quickly, because in 2 weeks the season will start and he will be out there again. And if Chuck Clark, who wears the green dot, cannot trust Earl Thomas when it comes to communication and coverage responsibilities, then there's no point of having both those players out there. And you're in the players on the Ravens respect Chuck Clark a whole lot more than they do Earl. And it may literally just because Earl just got here, so you know you don't really respect him as much. They do respect him as a player, and he's still a great player. And I wish him the absolute best. I think that, you know, he's still going to be a Hall of Famer, continue a Hall of Fame career. But I'm going to say this right now. When you settle for less, you will always end up getting burnt. Never settle for less. Never settle for less. It ends up never working out. And you end up always regretting. You would end up always regretting what the decision that you made. Never settle for less, and make sure that you are okay with what you got. And that, I'm sorry, I'm rambling here. I'm parking trying to get gas, but just make sure you never settle for less, and that you get what you want. And if you don't get what you want, just leave it alone. So anyway, my name is Draft Raw. I do Ravens videos. I do mostly rookie draft videos and stuff like that. But I said, you know what? Because I am a Ravens fan, I'm going to put my 2 cents on this situation. So thank anybody for watching. Have a blessed day.